Hi, and welcome back to the review. We're going to talk about the matches now that accompany the DVD. The first match is the Hart Foundation versus the British Bulldogs. This goes to a curfew time limit draw at Madison Square Garden. It's a really great match, and it's a shame that the match didn't go maybe 2 or 3 minutes more. The next match is the Hart Foundation versus the Killer Bees. It's an okay match, not as good as the Bulldog match, and then again, this of course goes to a time limit draw once again. Put into the second disc, we go to Bret Hart versus Ricky Steamboat just before WrestleMania 2. It's a really good technical match. This was from Boston Garden, and Steamboat wins in a very good match. As you can see, I'm going to speed through these matches. You can judge for yourself which matches are good, which ones are bad, but there are a lot of really good matches in this DVD. The next match is Bret Hart versus Ted Dibiase with Virgil. This match goes to a double countout. The next match is, I remember this match when I was a kid. It was Hart Foundation versus the Rockers from Saturday Night's Main Event. And this match goes into a double DQ because Demolition comes down to the ring and basically brawls with both teams. 3-team brawl, both teams get disqualified. The next match, not one of the better matches they could have put on this one. It's from WrestleMania 7. It's Hart Foundation versus the Nasty Boys. Jimmy Hart was managing the Nasty Boys. He was managing the Hart Foundation before he jumped ship to manage the heels. The finish was Jimmy Hart tossed the megaphone to one of the Nasty Boys and clocked who was the anvil with the megaphone. It could have been Bret. And basically, ref's back was turned. 1, 2, 3. Nasty Boys win the title. Not one of my favorite matches, to be honest. The next match was one of my favorites. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect from SummerSlam 91. Mr. Perfect had a really bad back injury at the time, and Bret and Mr. Perfect both put on a great match for the fans, and it's one of probably the best SummerSlam matches out there. The next match from the following SummerSlam, Bret defending the Intercontinental title versus the British Bulldog at Wembley Stadium in England. Another great match, and this match catapulted Bret from the IC title picture to the world title contender. It showed that he can draw. The next match, I don't know why they put this one in. It's Bret Hart versus Bam Bam Bigelow from Spain during one of the European tours. It's okay. It's not the greatest match. I've seen a lot better matches from Bret, but you know, it shows that he can work with anybody, especially a man much bigger than him. The next match, a rematch. Mr. Perfect once again versus Bret Hart from King of the Ring 93. This match, not as good as their SummerSlam match, but this is from the King of the Ring tournament where Bret fought 3 different men in one night, fought 3 different styles, and showed that he could mix it up with anybody, basically. The last match on this disc was the infamous Bret versus Owen, brother versus brother from WrestleMania 10. The finish of this one, of course, was Owen victory roll 1, 2, 3. Oh no, he reversed the victory roll that Bret was trying to perform. It was a really good match. One of my favorites. Probably one of the best WrestleMania matches out there. So, the last disc. We go to Bret Hart versus Owen Hart from, I think it was a week right after their SummerSlam cage match. It's not as good as their SummerSlam cage match or the WrestleMania match, but it's a decent TV show. The finish saw both the Anvil and the Bulldog interfere. Bulldog pushes Owen off the top rope, and Bret pins him 1, 2, 3. The next match is Bret Hart versus Hakushi from In Your House. This is the In Your House where Bret had a feud with Jerry Lawler, and Lawler said that Bret needed a tune-up match before the match with Lawler, so he basically had to fight Hakushi. It's an okay match. Once again, it's better than the Bam Bam match, but it's not one of his better matches. Bret Hart versus Diesel from the Survivor Series. Bret wins with a roll-up. This is the match where as long as I can remember, the first real WWF table spot, one where Bret goes to a table at a very violent angle, and you know, I remember that spot more than the match, basically. We get the British Bulldog, now managed by Cornette, versus Bret Hart from In Your House, another title match. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's decent. Any match with those two guys is bound to be good. The next match, one of the best matches of WrestleMania's history. Bret versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13 submission match. Special guest referee was Ken Shamrock, the infamous double turn. And yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen this match, go see this match. Two more matches. We got the Bret Hart versus Undertaker match from another England tour. It's the one night stand before ECW used it in England. Bret wins via disqualification when Bret gets his neck caught in the ropes, sort of like Mick Foley. Taker attacks him still while Bret had the rope around his neck, and the referee calls the bell, disqualifying Taker. The last match, I remember this match when it aired. I watched this match 3 times in the past 2 weeks just so I could finish DVD. It's a great match. Bret Hart versus Chris Benoit. WCW tribute show. This is the match in the same arena where Owen died, I believe 6 months prior to the match. And it's Bret's first match, I believe, since Owen's death. And these guys put on a hell of a show. 15-20 minutes, I believe. It's a really great show. So that is the DVD. I want to thank you for watching. And next week, we will be reviewing a movie that I got for Christmas this year. Actually, before I say that, I want to wish everybody happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Happy holiday season to everybody out there at AngryMarks.com. Next week's show will be discussing the Vampiro documentary that I got from a friend of mine. It's a really good DVD. I've heard mixed reviews, but I really am looking forward to reviewing it for you guys. And before I go, I'll give a quick shout out, do some of the plugs. On AngryMarks.com, you've got great podcasts there every day of the week. Mondays, you got SWO Radio. Tuesday, you've got Ring the Bell. Wednesday, you've got Super Friends with Big D. Thursday, you've got Thursday Night's AngryMarks podcast with the boss, Stevie J. Friday night, you've got the Drunkcast with Ed in San Antonio and Cotrer and Craig. Saturday is QCW Wrestling, or QC Wrestling Radio, with the fantastic one, Foo Killer 99 and Chess Army. And Sunday nights, you've got K4D with The Cancer and MROP. So, a show for every day of the week at AngryMarks.com. And that's the show for tonight. This has been the review. My name is Peter H., and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. And as always, it's time to go.